Premo atuye mamunyina hama makwaba diba UTV so braso sense wa yensa kanedi eba ebesomo na yedi asedano ema this way chocolate drink best point savings loans best assurance ekahobi special ice natural mineral water ne drinks awodo ne kawo ne omo ebo mechidom na ensam no diedimu akote no ebi enie Okoma shibedwoma beto odwa se baabi ate amehene etie ne fie yaton ene empenifo akasa de atodwa se enye no kreda Ebrekro na musu na kane chochoni ewo NPP amayukonim akasa edi atudwa so mampenya bedi echire ba wo mi omato abade ama no ne de eye ohaw kese pa de mo enunti no omo enhwe bibi eyie na ye kokumase asante mantemu so ewo no mo na ba beto dwa se mentimi wansi pinche ni akwanhia wudu esi ye nipa ehwe omo nkwa no na edos ntinei empenifo aka ho asam edi efutu ama yese yenye ahweyie Headmaster Binso ade adesede ato abayanim se baabi ankorati esuade no enkoye enutini penifo enhwe emra omeboa wo mo a yayire clothing for asha matade let's lot for ayemiti ade amame bidi ade akua ajewa akwade afi ensamo no enie Edom kuma penyina wono na etia wo no eye adakulomra shebedwani wakasa de atudwa achechirimu ese aban no esori a wose meye kwan nanso dada no atete apansamo no wonhwe ensiesi ama akobadie ayeden de ama amanfo no ntino wonye de ehia ansa ne ye de fata
On road related things in this country. Mr. Speaker, it's just a simple thing. This government's fixation is on building new roads, development. And they have totally neglected maintenance as a requirement. Mr. Speaker, when you put more money into maintenance, you prolong the life of roads. But this government is determined to build new roads. Mr. Speaker, let me give you one shocking statistic. Even in the 2017 budget, their own budget, page 92, they confirmed that in 2016, on trunk roads, we did routine maintenance on trunk roads, 10,723 kilometers, as of 2016. On feeder roads, we did 16,183 kilometers. On urban roads, we did 9,384 kilometers. In 2023, Mr. Speaker, when they claim the economy has gone bigger, when they took more taxes and other things, do you know how much routine maintenance they did in their own budget? They did, when we did 10,700 kilometers of routine maintenance on trunk road, they did only 4,800. When we did over 16,000 kilometers on feeder roads, they did 8,000. When we did over 9,000 on urban roads, they did poultry 2,000 something. What an appalling record of yours. And you are here telling anybody that you've done better on roads? Yes, Mr. Speaker. The difficulty is that the problem of our roads is financing.
Na eye no Gucci Medical Research Center ene asoye hwe enwumesua so akabom eye nhwemu ahwe kwampon befa so mbeboabo ye ho ban ne anye aduro de asoyade anu se empo no eti atese dachi anko amabia
Jumadian penifo de hye so ase no ena pomodin so afo no manyamfo ya osadu twum ekasa wase opanyin kasem na wo kirim se kwan yefa so na yebo na brabo se Ghana for no sefa kwampa so a ebetima boy bebere na wo sere no Gucci penifo se nhwemu bi etise no bra no Omanimpie monte so ntem no fa kasa kire ma Ghana fo ne ntimi nsum na yemfa enya dwuma ochim so betima fa ban se yestem ode aba no so bi na disua fo dodo na no atumi atiase
duhwa ma empomdin enhwehwemu mu a ade ba ko a omo ahwehwemu pa no se adenti ena oma bi so fo nyini che na ba bi nso omu nyini nche na se na meka ho asem no eduru bi a ohia etimi manipa bi enche ukọ wiase nyina yewo nkro anasa man aduonu enkro a enipa no odi mfi aduonu asis nyame abo no pa emu aduonu enwotwe eye abibimam hafo na se nyini nchekra na hwehwemu na kire se edurumra bi a kwa befa so abehwe ho yie afei aduane awudie ene empomdin eho enkoso a ubenya ene kire so benyina cha na nyini nche enti ya no Gucci eye ene de omampani ye ebedumre bi ebeboa ama ye mpomdin eho adwuma atumpon
Professor Dorothy Yeboa Manu kwankyerɛ for da no Gucci Memorial Institute da no ma me so kasai
ene na ye no ye frɛ no brofum sɛ annual research meeting. Nia unim se nuguchi de se yarebia wo Ghana ye nhwehwemu. Na se ye nipa ba ho bambo ne yentimi nya nhwehwemu emfa ntena Legon. Ese mama nsan nyina ehu nhwehwemu a ye na wo se nhwehwemu no bebre no ye ya ekokoma ayarsabia na hospitals Ghana Health Service enumu na nene utie minister o say the evidence based information chesentini ebeye bia no ne de ato opefe say wo yare malaria say ni say na yehu so
Nana onto kane wonana eye twetwe ni ewo NPP amayuko ni dimu nene wakasa de atudwa cheche musa bo mokoto ye November de toso 9 edema omampenya bedi echeru abomia se Frank Kreni no eye mfumsode kese na amayuko no aye wade tudwa ewa de chensuma mpuni mpudwumedie so ebra na yakrama eti edwam wo UTV
me free akodwa so se general secretary mfie dumia nsani
okay
13 years within that 13 years no
okay
it is as if say me kura na me ye tanfo e wo party dem me pese me ma na ye personal there be entisa o gazo e me ya ka makasa de da but me feel say abrabo mu no emu nsem no ebitumi basa ebi wo ho a ebekoyi ama wo ebi wo ho nso a enkoyi ama wo entimete ho me ka say as a former general secretary party council committee bi eni ho a me ye member empon makoye chairman
Adenti.
Me ye kufo nipa, me ye ala nipa. That's all, and I can give you the evidence.
And because some party ni shenka, why former
oh, and remember say chinchina, but minim say ye former general secretary no. Sana ya ye no. Ura na mbotwe say. Or ye former general secretary pe, and ye the chairman of a council committee. Be seen there, or that chairman of a council committee.
Into whooping former executive, we share any appointment be our party.
I am in one kakra because Sabio, maybe a Juma as general secretary, me gidi say, me Juma said the fata. A man for party for be should be a dance here. But me pesanka, Rebecca say, nay, me yan and me no issue na abano. Issues of principle, Buribesia. In Tinoka, yen shenasa.
Okay.
Na yenhwe eniema etimiama alanche maten atwene ho na obi ti so hininto ya aboaben owura Boniface Dick Hobson eni afoforo bi yenya ma wo din
okay
wo mu nyina nso eta alanche maten achi eni ba bi a party akoduru ne de ye ya daache se yesi ye chichire ekubi bi ti se MPP esi ho ana se ye ya amanyosemo a de be ya nia amanfo hia se yebenya afiri amanyosem no yebenya ne papapa
Ebetu odwase achiamhene wo mrashi bedwe meche right honorable Alban Kingsford man agbagbin ni fie wa cantonment no yaton de amawobi na enei oswafo abedi echi ohwe sase nyo ba de nipa so onmanyafo George Mrekudu kase sa asam no nya nokre entigana fo ye mo entungu sa ensem wese ne ba betu odwa de chinsoma dwumedie subra na ne yakrama eti adwam
Ghana mbremu no oyede yehwe de ebobo hene sase ho ban na Ghana mfonso so mo obohu a sabia oho ho adwene so otum mbrama won kwanda was botugwa nansen mu ha na waka kire hende mampo mtene mfabim the speaker of parliament na sase a ana baby a otino watan
okay
na nhwehwem no ode yehwehwem sande nya asem biara na sabia ebotu egu yehwehwem no na asema dodo no kana na worka no nka temu no ye no kwa na chede asasi biara ni ho a ofi he na asoye ho a oye speaker baby ote a yaton music ne hin moto di bio so ni de ye hwehwem no yehu de oye 2015 na clerk of parliament baby a ote no yehu de the mabre no na yera Jomahama no tum dambre na we disposing of watani oye 2015 na clerk baby otino otani na demra ne da oye yera Samuel Ejinapo ozo tugwa no jizi de ya ye nhyehyei wo ho na nkratai so wo asasi biara boto ho so ba ne de se asasi ni bia ato ana wa aton ana wo nkratai bia ma yere kanonte dama na za abotugwa na we free kesi obotum am biare hu but ma America nyi de yenwa won saase ho ye bo hwe de ye bo protect oye asase a owo nkran na Ghana fa ni nyina.
Abeto dwa se afrase mechemfie mpimienu ane aduonu mienu akwanhie siye ewo Asante Mantam nipa ahwiromo enkwa no eye wo ha ane aduasanan wonom prepraye a emu ede no eye ahanwotwe ane aduonu enso 827 we enam so mu de futua magana fo nyada se yenya hweye ebra ye di atrencho ya kwantempo ahodoso.
Masi Metropolitan Assembly mpanyimfo asinkunya omu ebu nkonta edefa ka kwanhia esi Kumasi Kroduan na saa dwumadie Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly na fe Bloomberg Philanthropic Initiative for Global Road Safety womo na aka boma omo saa dwumai na no na beto dwa se ohwe 2022 a ka kwanhia ba enipa 134 na ewuye afe enipa 827 na womo so omo enwu enso mu prepare pa a na nya asem ketwa na openya ode sansem we etudwa owura Kinsi Reko ono na ye road injury surveillance coordinator edema Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly ene Bloomberg adwumakuo no enhyehye na otoa so akire mu se ohye 2021 ene 2022 a omo ebusa enkompona ka kwanhye sti
well, no, 61% na pedestrians, 22% motorcyclists, and nyaka ni vehicle occupant. Sana figures neti. Ewo Kumasi Metropolis. Inti beti miyaka. Enfan se ye 2020 report, any 2021 report, and eka corridor Abrepo Road no. Inti hose do you have foko my itimu so my intervention bo. Bibi sana ye pese cost more. Inti ye recommendation is a report no. Ye pese report ni be say obi abenya copy no de akotu ni dem ana so de akoto ni chef mu de bi. Ye pese institution bia GPLTU for so mo bi dwumadi bia o mo de church from driver for no betimi a church from say oh yes ya hakra na ha ehu nti say no mudu ha aya mo nto mo bo sa na ye pese ye hu do you are force you o mo de betimi o mo hu high locations e wo e bia bebu a be hia so mo yes speed humps ana say bia pedestrian crossing in the idea wo anti che say obia o dwumadi bia o receipt mi o betimi afa data no ye hu ne betimi aye enu nti na ye report no
eno echi mayor wo Kumasi onumunyamfo Samuel Pine ono so kasa echirechire mu eniema Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly de egu form se de be ya ka kwanhia ebetimi abafom
sabi enye edan akese ebesisi enko school ana factories a yenko ye adwuma wom eno nko enehia nipa no a wo muti omanu mu no so no ya na wo nkwa ehia pa ebisa o yesa ne ma wese nyina na nipa dom no so ahwere wo nkwa onye obia ma nko se school na wosi no ana hospital na wosi no eno nti na KMA ya ne Bloomberg Initiative for Global Road Safety aye partners a ye nkyerɛkyerɛ a efa sɛde sika aka kwan so sɛ enkum nipa empre nipa ye kɔ konfanochi wo mo accident ama mo prepare no wo mo afirimu na ya pa nti ye ne ye reporter ye no ye start 2021 nti the 2021-2022 edition no sa report no na fa no road safety nsɛm wo Kumasi Kroduan mu no ene beda na di nti mu no ene be fa mu nsɛm se ye be ye ne sɛn yetimi identify baby a ka timi hwe ase pa na ka boni pa no ho ka ho ti ehonum ne ebehwe ne hu sɛ yenye ne sɛn na bo
Ewiase boabo ne ho akwakohie mu ewo Dubai ahwe adwendwene wie mu sakra ye hyehye awodo ne ho ene etwa ne tie friends COP 2018 no na osoafo no na hwe nsase na obade nipa so nyamfo Samuel abugina pose Ghana ye ready see e be kire ya adwen ewo dwumadie no ase.
This conference, therefore, presents a unique opportunity for us to review the effectiveness of our adaptation and mitigation measures, climate financing, and our country's nationally determined contributions, with the aim of updating such nationally determined contributions. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, regrettably, this conference comes at a time when the climate crisis keeps worsening, when we are told that we are gradually moving from global warming to global boiling. And the consequences are dire, particularly on agrarian economies such as ours. In the past few months, we have seen at first hand the impacts of climate change on the lives and livelihoods of our people, flooding, harsh weather conditions, and pest outbreaks affecting food cultivation and local community livelihoods. Clearly, the world is not doing enough to combat this crisis, but we at the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, under the distinguished leadership of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, are encouraged by the fact that forests and other nature-based solutions can deliver up to a third of global climate solutions.
As we prepare for COP28, let us commit to transforming our dialogue into impactful actions and work together to ensure that the voices of women and children are not just heard, but are at the forefront of our fight against climate change. Our journey will be challenging, but it's one that we must undertake for the sake of our shared future. Together we can write a new chapter in the story of our planet, of our continent, where humanity stands together as guardians of nature, safeguarding the earth for generations to come. May our collective voices at COP28 spur on the support, the change, and the commitment we need so that our results will be a cleaner, greener, and more sustainable continent that we all want.
Health insurance metre apombudensi achiba no enyem finhia aduonu 20 years enu ntimpenifo ehye fawe enam so ama bunu East Mantem no penyina oda health insurance nano ede afutio ama Ghana fo nyinada se yemfe ye hunhimefiri sesese no nyarewa beye aduokono nwotwe ena sesia no omutimi akava.
And those diseases that are not covered, can they be covered?
Na health insurance metre apombudensi achiba no mampanyi dada akofo na de ba ese enyi aduro ne sikanie emfiri wonomo na muaman ntimi ko ayaresabia enya emfinhia aduonu 20 years intino empenifo ehye ho fa na akoburu East Mantem ni mu apanyina wono na hwe health insurance ne so akasa de atodwa akiremu se yenim ohia ni yenim obi a wo sika ebra wo yade sese empenifo apagya enema mamohamu nchemu aduokono enum 95% diseases ahodo ne de health insurance no etimi cover afenso mo aba mo eye niema nyina ye beboa yen ahwe ama Ghana yapem so akoyenim owura Opon George a ohwe apombudensi achiba ne so no ese Ghana fo yema yeninye efise empenifo guso mo ye adwuma ede aboa ya me apomuden wonsenkaye no akoyede ama obia. International Trade Center wamo ani Cocoa Board 24 atokese ehwe kwampon befa so mbekasa ama eniema yede ko amanone no yetimi apejemu eyi ehwe mu se eniema yede ko amanone no yehye obi anase tieti obi fa ahodie so a baabi asaade ne ko so yema enko Europe amai ahodo no eso
eniema dodo na abrochiman ka bamu ko EU ama ho kwan se etimi firi Ghana ne wura won kuroma na se wondwa so no ebi ani cocoa na so nyina mo ni wiase ka bamu ko UN won hyehyeye sustainability development goal a ehwe hu ni se eba no ye bo nipa fo ahodie ho ban enkrutu dwuma ye mfa mofra nye bie na ye ntietie nipa fo ahodie so ensi ejapade na emom ebema nipa brabo na setena mu nsem no atumi akoyie san hyehyeye yi openyina ogina mu ma Netherlands o my Ghana mu His Excellency Jerona Behol akasa de atodwa se kokoo de hu hiabo po wiasa ma hodo so na so wiasa nka bomu ko nhyehyeye no wo hwe ne musa Ghana bediko na bo mu akwafo nso timadi yi sanka nkoba sa de a ene ye kokoo no china bi no obebra.
The European Union is for products that are allowed to enter the market. And one of those products, and that is why I am here and that is why Ghana is involved, is cocoa. Cocoa is a very important product in the trade between the Netherlands and Ghana. And the EU regulations that we are discussing here have a very strong impact on the way we trade in cocoa.
da no ne fa ehwe hu ne se kuafo mfudie ebe ye papa Dr. Ebenezer Usu enso cheche mu cheche yakoko bode egu apono so a wode bebo no ho ahodo opanyini ka ho asem no wode esi ano
ade ayaye ne se koko farmers ai wo Ghana he nyina yakọ mo ho atwetwe mu din ama obabusuafo mo no motie ene koko no se ne kese sitie ti ni nyina aya mo card nti ade ayaye ne se koko bia ebe free Ghana ha abedu tema akodu abrochi no yeli se ifrasmesi ho ifri ha nti ya kyerɛkyerɛ mo enhu nwuma nyina se be ya yemfa yebetime di mra no so
ne kwakra mu Larry Atipo ogina mu de ma EU na ITC ya wa bibire mu a ono so kasa ye
focuses on two things: human rights and environmental infractions in the value chain. So basically a timeline will be set which basically suggests that if by that time your product is not compliant with standards of human rights and environment globally, then your product might not fit into value chains in the EU. So basically means you cannot export. So for us, cocoa is critical because most of our cocoa, as you know, goes through the EU markets.
Akaka krebi na ye ba beti Kristo Yesu awoda mechebro nyane ba ne sapa kwanhie sipa entimfimfiri manti mu penyina wo hwe odum djadwumako ne so de afutuo ama hyenkafo mudi atrantwie ewo Cape Coast ene enkra kwantepon ne so amoko munya hwe yi na ko aba bedru asomdwe mo na kire so yo hyenkani papa.
This is the time for accidents because aye Christmas seasons there's a lot of shuttling of the road by most people. There are various road signs on this stretch of road that is advising the speed limit at each point in time to drive at. They should observe all of them. There are also marks along the route which is warning them of the deadly nature of this road, where they are advised that 13 people or so much and so people have died along this route. That is telling them that it's deadly. We are also advising passengers in the car not to be quiet when their drivers are driving carelessly or they are overspeeding. They should call their attention. Let the drivers know that their lives are very important and that they must arrive home safely.
Yeah, I just wanted to premise. Fisher folks, and I for say, yeah, Mamma store premix no or modern. Now, almost fancy about yes, I did be an edition. Fulani for a day in Yan and Chili quite the dinner, a boom bedroom, baby, no almost grass and not fresh wine bar. Nobody any business to me as grass and say, almost clear on the land. Omuti through the srom so mbe clear land na omo pa na ankofa ejashishe basabia ama yakobronya electricity asena wa so use electricity unya use electricity bia we two free socket na dundum okay chen so a ye na aduane no cylinder no ni kwase ben na too much baby answer ke betime the cylinder is outsider and no so no betime aboa ma apparent ejashishe into start say leaky clan and from no was ade beko
Obey, no, but Papa in the room, fire service, one castle between Wissy Wondan, on you need to Hama, assembling so, Yamahan assassin. In fact, maybe I what you so, assembling now, so you channel. Why you know when it's no contribution, no proactiveness, or your main injury. Until there, I am also, I am your papa, Pade, old Fiansaco. By your face, I may be away. This I'm that age, my for man can pay by some. Why a Juma Mawaso in you papa, Mr. Ankoma, number one. We Janokana or Safata, the this beds are all based on the name of Obochum fire service. According to Road Safety Commission, Hana accident or Tassi Wapa, and this is the most active into our future. A fire tender for Fra and Hozuma or Safata, into Master Chief Fire Officer, on Shannon Comuna in Unison, or fire tender for.
Oswafo Oshensa sino ba de nipa so munyamfo Samuel Abuginapo no wakasa de atudwa chem se fango a yenya ye hamu nchimu beye aduasa no na eye gold for oil se ya aban edibaye no wasiwei aboa maye foreign reserve no emu apeja ekoye di maganantie mo aban no abaso.
President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo and his government have made the right choices, the consequential choices, the choices which have far-reaching implications for the forward march of our country. And Mr. Speaker, I refer specifically to that innovative program dubbed the Gold for Oil program. Mr. Speaker, under the distinguished leadership of President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, the Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, Mr. Speaker, I should emphasize, the most distinguished Vice President in the Fourth Republican dispensation, thought about, formulated, and implemented, Mr. Speaker, the bold Gold for Oil program. And Mr. Speaker, the Gold for Oil program is alongside the domestic gold purchase program of the Central Bank, the Bank of Ghana. So Speaker, maybe I should explain. Until the introduction of the Gold for Oil program, the Bank of Ghana's reserves when it comes to gold was totally insignificant. And through the domestic gold purchase program, today our nation, a gold producing nation, can say proudly that the reserves of the Bank of Ghana when it comes to gold is shorter. And that is what culminated in the Gold for Oil program. Mr. Speaker, over 800,000 metric tons of crude oil, almost 30% of our national crude oil consumption, was purchased through this policy without having to look for dollars, Mr. Speaker, without having to look for the scarce foreign exchange to import this crude oil into our country. Mr. Speaker, for our 66 years at nationhood, this is the first time our GDP is going to cross 1 trillion Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, you will find that at page 3 of the budget statement, specifically paragraph 19. And Mr. Speaker, despite a recent decline in the gold prices, we are expecting that gold prices will inch up to 6% next year to average at 1,900 United States dollars per ounce.
December day to so do enkromeche 19th December Ghana beto abayi assembly members ahodo no eno enekwa wondi Alliance for Women in Media Africa ayen sentrofo nhyiemu de aman sentrofo akire won say omonkasa mama na ma nya dibre sa assembly members ewo ya assembly ahodo nim.
December bosom ne to so edunkuro na assembly abato ye behwe na ye de akyekye so na we na Alliance for Women in Media Africa Friends and Churofo in Shemo Gina so identity, a man and Churofo Campo Befaso beach Mabwana, my way when a name of Pesu Ginano, or some kind of Enkubuna abominable vessel Kranasho Kutupa, the way Timakos Wagin and what Medin Kunim, I want about to emu. I feel so maybe away when a Nima or Henry Disabet to Abadia Momonsono, in Pinifodo Mofanti Tim Campo Befaso no one at this Yakasa, a betona Comas Wagina Swatoba Eddie Amomo, in Piniphobia Gina with my Alliance for Women in Media Africa, a Russia Mima Muslim, Ekasai.
Neno Alliance for Women in Media Africa ye training workshop journalists mobe cover district level elections na eba December 19th year na aspirants ni bi ye pese ye connecting media ne aspirants no na ya deepen collaboration no na journalists etimi ama mba na omo contest afi elections no visibility. Says your objective ne say at least at the end of the elections no you bet me 40% women representation at the local level by some of the women who would win no you say our target is at least 40%. Says it's less than 5%, which is very bad. 6,000 and over membership. We have just about 400 women, and you cry for a country that has a lot of women and a lot of women who work in our communities and who are the primary users of the services in our communities like healthcare, sanitation, water. I will say, taking part in decision making.
Okunini kwajiri agree. Or can say if you educate a man, you educate one person. But if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. Enti, a man here for every aspect of our development. And ko ye dwai mu, ko yes shops, yes store, and in the economy. A man contribute to a lot to our GDP. And it's a model of mine.
Mwamu nimsa ye wo petty problems e wo yema electoral area. Ebe ni ye drainage, poor drainage system no. Any sanitation, unemployment. I'm not here say be me promise mu bibi. But se muma me akwanya na mu be hu showdown na ebe kwaso wo yema electoral area.
Gerard Asamoah Foundation niniku ahodio Germany memu na afin so mo ni omai siapon ayare sabia no atoke somba be operation eye akomomudie de ama enkoda ewo Ghana ha.
I'm happy being in my mother masaba me my befie Emma meet me uses can to me operate and cry more than antina the two enemies say one day me person me ba me fee me person befie number bo an antina me foundation aba I young meet my can say I think say Area life into say we play another Dr. Catcher was ain't could be more as I was supposed because I think say me you catch them no I had good doctors and a woman mommy advice and I knew say okay I can go on but knowing say doctor saying you know I say Accra say ana obi obobo na say mano idea you can say Shreya I say it's as my doctors for Nick and I think it's a good lesson that happens so everybody should think about it so Akuma Yalena you see and Kobe my so try so I hope every year I think idea best year and say this our first year this first year but my dream is every year be a member let's say my human because Midday as a business I have the chance to give something back there. Why shouldn't I? So your dream is about every year be our once.
Oh, going into the future, no, continue the collaboration. You will continue your normal say dear boom say the bear you beat me asa and collaborate area almost heart disease is you know. Eye bibia ene bibia wa hia na bibia wo maami ahia na papa ye ntina wenya obi etiminya depending on way you know safo no so by nim say heart conditions ni boy den say e be operation ni che bibia e be boa nti say nkofo aba so mo ba be boa e kwan da ho bebre ma obia.
Our project here in Ghana it's a pilot project and I'm so happy and proud and thankful that we can be here and we are only guests in your country. That's it's very important for me to say that we only guests here and that we can develop something together sustainable so for all the kids here and so thank you very much that you gave us an opportunity. And as a mother of 3 children with congenital heart diseases, it's for me very important that we give something back, that we can help the children here, and to talk to the parents here and see what we can do. And so thank you very much, and I hope that we can make together a very big project over here in Ghana for very long years. So thank you. And
our goal is to rescue 30 lives in this week, and I can really say up to now we did already 9, so and that's very fine, and it's really a pleasure to support this mission, and I just visit the operation theater, and if you see the little child with the open heart and how it's pumping and beating, it's so emotional, and if you know that you are part of this mission, it makes you really feeling good, and I must really say we can only say thank you if you are healthy, but if you have some kind of illness and it's very difficult to come over this, that is really one of the issues which we have to overcome all over the world.
Onimanya for Peter no Chukote wono na akọ mrashibedwom abedweko mo hwe enwomasua so no wakasa de ma edom kuma no de atodwa se aban no de wayekefo ka 80 million Ghana cedis ebra afi BEC nsohwero mo makiwie no ban tuaye enti wonhwe no ntua.
Mr. Speaker, I know very well that government is owing West African Examinations Council for the BEC conducted this year. 471,277 candidates were registered at a cost of 80,164,217 cedis 70 pesos. Government paid 50,541,200 Ghana cedis. There is an arrears of 29,623,017 Ghana cedis. So where from this information that government had paid for the registration of BEC candidates? It is not true. It's all lies. Mr. Speaker, as we speak right now, government is unable to complete payment also for WASE this year. The government is owing 55 million Ghana cedis for the conduct of WASE 2023. And I can say also on authority, Mr. Speaker, that government is also owing for 2022 WASE of 9,700,870 cedis 42 pesos. Government has not paid, and the minister is claiming that they have completed payment. Mr. Speaker, this is not true. And I challenge the Minister for Finance to come with records to show that government has really completed payment for the candidates. As we speak today, Mr. Speaker, government is owing a number of suppliers. Those who supplied school uniforms for 2021 and 2022 are yet to be paid of over 100 million Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, those who supplied food items are still being owed over 200 million Ghana cedis. So the 8.4 billion cedis, what did the ministry use it for? We want to know. Because these are conflicting figures they give us every year. The other time it was 7.5. Then my deputy challenged and it came down to 5.5. Now he is quoting 8.4 billion. We want to know. Mr. Speaker, we also want to know whether these sums of money were used on only feeding or running the school or infrastructure. They are not ready to tell us. We want to know.
Nipa hiamwa no eyekuro a ewon Granza North Mensin Bro East Mantamnim na emre bi atwam na esunka bisi no mutim kane bi ni ho mrahye bedwani ehyebo enne wodi ni bohye so de mo atonkane ne so adehye no ni age amomabo mrahye bedwani no abaso
na elections nipa hiamwa afo eyese omonto aba efise omuni light high tension enam ha enso so light eni ha enuti omo yes omonto aba meba ebehia omo ne omo kasa ya eso omonto aba no eti akonya baya mbe MP na e wose mehwe boa omo se be ya omo sa beka light no bi efise light wo kroso a eboa edi nyuma bebre eba kro no so megitum se kabia e wose mebo na nipa hia moafo so se ne omudi e kire no omu hia moa eti osame boa na omoso ensa eka light no bi
ye ni gisem ema me ne mampamfo abo nipa hiamboa atabi ati dende say if you chire ko yetu foundation na mom ona bokra sa hyebo se enu boya bre no na ya so enka ya na sampa ye na di mumu se yankopon nya adom na sa ni sodi hu na bo sha wa hye no so bebem na dize
sika fa koto battery keke in fact na abekɔ ntɔkɔ bebree light na ye brɛ pa
oba ye nya akomapa so to ma no nso ampa ne wɔka nyina ye dim ti ye dana se pa se ye beya ye mane so benya nimdie wo man mu ayeti
na ona bo ahye omo bo se opese omonfa light no eni bronya na kasa ne nja mu enam se ono otua ka no nti no consultant ne hu ni se so ono otua ka na nya ba ne bitua ka de a nka onya wooden pool a eno na handle no ho cost installation cost no go fam kakra but ya nye no concrete pool a egu ye chi he ena enya ya ho cost no 18 ba ne nyina echi no na bo agya to se obebe na ama ye adwuma no ama ne panyam
Esia kwa Salvation Army Basic School no tibia ewomu no enye eti headmaster kasadi atudwa chem sempendifo emrameyo omumwa ni esiesie edane mom kanka ne keji na nyesa dachi ankwamba bi no ebetimi ediewu
ohwe dan ebekọ aboa yen pa ma ye dan esi akiri ha migidi kire mi se makọ akọhwe emu tutu ni ade nti edan wi aba no beboa ya me yi nkola no afi wo de aba ha na so said na make say Oliver asked for more o hwe ba bia me keji ne sha ye ko sisi ana ko hwe keji na keji no edan na more than death trap anya bibia betumi asi ti kama desre de kaka me fasa kwanya wesu dia tumpayimfo ne mu ebi wo mu nsam ne aban se anka dan ne si wo no na dan roma obetumi obe renovate dan no ama se de be betumi yi keji fu ni nyana de afiri soro no maba compound ha se de be ya adwuma no ebe ye mere ama ye nyana na etumi ahwe nkola no so yi na boa adusua ane ade kire enso wo esiakwa basic ami hanum salvation hanum
pampi no the school sim bi ho a ekohwe ma ne situation oya ono onya hum kakra nti assembly ye needs assessment na ye hu de Esiakwa Salvation Army School no na ma osina otin no ye nti obraji de ye request to get fund na ya mi adumara wote yan request na ye no na wo besi dem school ya inenye nyina ye hu de ye gbe amamo from no so wonye bia obosua aze teacher so wonye bia wo ba kiraze
ball kwan kro hu se ka eye den eba nti ye besere de nkotodwe gu fom aban mo ayen ni enya salvation keji
Se muni musenya yakopon ya aduma ne na wotwe despite media ye ni East Legon Executive Fitness Club for no ye de ebo ani ye bobo akensi enya asem gitwa ye twa ye ho aba ye ba bongo difara wo ba bedi hu enkomo wadaro ma ye besisi enko babia